Your rating code sheet tells you what your ratings are, the diagnostic code associated with it, and then the dates, the effective dates. So if you have a question about effective date, you'll know for sure when your effective date was, or what they think it was, or what they put down when you get your rating code sheet. So everybody should FOIA request their VA claims file just to get the rating code sheet. So we're actually restricted from seeing our rating code sheets. That seems like something that would be important when we get our decision letter, right? Here's the decision. Here's all the evidence that was considered. Here's a copy of your C&P exam. This spells it out. And here's your rating code sheet. Here's, while we're in here rating your claim, we, reduced you over here and bumped you up over here, or whatever they did. There could be a lot more useful information, but yeah, this is a trick to restrict it because, the VA doesn't want to pay money. That's what this comes down to. It's not a political thing. The VA sucked since I got involved with it. VA claims are all about strategy. I preach and I teach strategy in my boot camp. Check it out at combatcraig.com. Links in the description. Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama, Trump, now Biden. All sucked. All administrations have sucked with veterans. Some things have gotten better. They're trying to do things faster. But in my opinion, they all sucked. And so do all VSOs. That's why get this stuff, dig in, and educate yourself about this process. They're counting on veterans to just take what the VA says or what the VA rater says, the decision, look at it, like get pissed off or whatever, and just go, oh, that sucks. I didn't win. There's a couple pages about the appeals process, but after you wait 5-6 months and you do all this stuff and you have your hopes up and they just, take the wind out of your sails and, they don't even make it really clear which piece of, medical evidence you're missing. You need to have a current diagnosis, current symptoms, and a nexus. Those 3 elements need to be present in every successful claim. They're not even really straight up about that. They'll call it the nexus or a medical link, and they kind of mix it in with a bunch of other words. And then they have this part called favorable findings, which is misleading because they tell you, the things that you do have, which is nice, but they're, like unfavorable findings, like one sentence. This is what you're missing. So this whole system can be reworked. And I think it just comes down to money. So most veterans will file a claim, not prove their claim, get denied, or the VA will, intentionally push back on them because this is a trick. Because they don't want to pay. And then most veterans, 80% of veterans are underrated, just go away. So no matter what happens and where you are in this process, you have to keep fighting for sure. Get your VA claims file. Go, do a higher level review if they just ignored your medical evidence. If you didn't have it, file a supplemental claim. And you might have to file a supplemental and then a higher level review and then another supplemental. And you might have to bounce around and do this for a while. But if you stay in it and you have the disability, obviously, and you have the evidence, current diagnosis, current symptoms, and a nexus, you will prevail. But they are counting on us to quit at some point. So never stop fighting for the benefits that you deserve and you've earned, right? This isn't a charity thing. There's an agreement. And we all did it. We agreed to put our lives on the line and do whatever we're ordered to do. Anything, including dying, right? And the other side of that agreement is if you get hurt anytime on active duty, doesn't have to be between 8 and 5. If you were skateboarding on the weekend, like I was, and you break your elbow or break your foot, that counts as well. They pay you $75 a week and can send you off to war. And then the flip side is anytime, during your, while you're on active duty, it's 24/7, 365. Anytime you get any kind of injury, if it's, a chronic thing that bothers you for the rest of your life, they have to pay for it. They're not very good at holding their end of the deal up, obviously. The focus is more on current active duty, definitely not so much the veterans. You're going to need medical evidence if you want to win your VA claim. You need a current diagnosis, current symptoms, and a nexus. If your doctor won't give these things to you, check out my med team. There's an email address in the description.